Hello. See, it says a couple people are watching. Hey. Hey, Drew. I'm just waiting for people to see me come in, or that I'm live. Yeah, I can't talk. It pretty much stopped raining over here. Welcome, Joe. As you can see, Drew and I are not where we were supposed to be tonight. Just waiting for a few more people to come in. Can you guys hear me okay? Come here. It didn't look that bad on the radar. It just looked Drew. Hey Drew, I don't know really how to do it, but if I could figure it out, do you want to come on screen with me? Hold on just a second here. There we go. Hi, Water Girl. Sorry, I was sending out something here. Drew, I just check your Facebook Messenger, Drew. How are you doing tonight, Water Girl? Sorry, I haven't learned names quite yet. Oh, I'm fine. Fine. It's been a long day. I've been awake since 6:30 this morning. Yeah, I woke up about 6:30 this morning, having some back pain. And for some reason, my daughter's phone sent a message to mine saying that she was on her way home. I've got that like 360. So I figured, oh, I better get up. Yeah. Then I had a family gathering today. It'll be good. Drew, did you get the link that I sent you? Joe, I didn't ask you how you were doing. Ouch. Did we all leave? Hi. Hey there, Drew. I see you coming through here. There we go. There you are. Can you hear me? Oh, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, hear you just fine.
Is it still raining up there?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. And if you can't tell, it's still pretty bright out.
Yeah, we're all overcast here. Well, I guess Joe took off. It says there's only one person in the chat now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What water
Hey,
girl?
Water.
It's Jennifer. If I'm pronouncing that right.
I'm sorry you drove all the way over here. Like I said, she sent me her Doppler. I looked at mine, shut off my Doppler, hit my messenger, and bing, you popped up right there telling me you was out front. I'm like, damn, 20 minutes early, just like a woman.
I'm early for work, an hour. I'm sitting in the parking lot at 4:00 and I don't start until 5. It just so happens I went to my family gathering today. I stuck around at eight and had messaged you, and I'm like, you know what? I better go home and try to take a nap. I've been up early. I'm tired. I better take a nap. That way I can get some sleep and be rested for our investigation. Then I get
Just
home.
what I done.
I get home and I don't go to sleep. I watched some YouTube videos and played on my phone. Finally got a shower. And
hey, Adam. Yeah, my little furry butt heads had me up at 4:00, and I finally crawled out of bed about a quarter after and fed him, and I was up. So about noon, I went in the bedroom and kicked back. Thought, okay, I'm going to get some rest. Be all energized up for the investigation. I checked the Doppler, checked the weather forecast. It said, you know, it was going to the percentage was going to steadily increase, but 1 o'clock between 11 and 1 was when it was going to get like 57, 60, you know, higher than mid range. And it's like, okay, we're good. We're good. If it comes in that late, because she don't like to drive at night anyway, so we'll be back home by that time, no problem. And then tonight,
I will be with you with investigations, though. How's that? No, I when I was at my reunion, I checked around. I want to say 2:00, and it's according to mine. It said it wasn't even supposed to storm, but maybe 40% chance at 9:00. So I had no thoughts about what the weather was going to be like when it was time to leave. Didn't even think about checking it. But excuse me. Yeah, about 5:30 I got up and took a shower from being all hot and sweaty from the reunion, and was like, I gotta get gas. So and the traffic on Beardsley and Johnson's usually pretty thick. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go now. I left probably 5:10 till 6, and got gas. It went on up, and I didn't. For some reason, it didn't even kick in my head. It only takes me about 25-30 minutes to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Adam. I didn't say hi to you. Drew did though. As ever, for those of you in the chat doesn't know, Drew and I had planned on going to Violette Cemetery in Goshen tonight. But as I got up to Drew's house to pick him up, he tells me that there's a big storm coming. And Would you believe the sun's barreling out here? It's creeping. It did rain for a good 20 minutes, but other than that, nothing yet. Oh. So, we had talked earlier about when we were going to try to go back out again.
Oh yeah.
If I remember right, I have planned on going to Winnemac on the 7th in the morning to that museum, and I believe that's the date that we were talking about going that night.
Yeah, you said you were going to go to the Harley Museum, and if you got back early enough, we might go back out and try it again.
I can be back in plenty of time to be there because it only takes about an hour to get down there, and it doesn't look like the museum's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam. Every time Drew and I tried to go to Violette Cemetery, we end up getting storms. I don't know if you've seen our videos from the first time, but we ended up packing up and leaving early because of bad storms, and here we are again. Ugh.
We'll get out there sooner or later.
Yeah, like I said, the 7th will be a good day for me. I'll make sure I'm open down there right as they open. I like being there right as they open anyways because there's less people there. If you wait later in the day, then for museums, then people are starting to come in. If you go early, then there's less people. So when I went down to the circus museum last weekend, we were the only ones there until we were almost completely done with walking through the museum.
Oh wow.
That's something that I was going to talk to you about tonight, but I won't do it on stream. But just so you know, I haven't heard anything since yesterday morning.
Go figure.
All right, Jennifer. I hope you have a great night. And my back's doing fine. It's just early in the mornings that hurts. And I hope you
see you later, water girl.
My cousin's husband was telling me today that there's all kinds of places around here that are not very well known, that are native burial grounds. And I asked him to send me some information on them, but I'm not sure what he's talking about really, because I don't recall ever hearing anything about native burial grounds where they've disturbed the grave or they've dug them up and moved them to other cemeteries to build on the land. But I guess.
The only one I know about is when they were doing some building in Niles, they disturbed a burial mound that they didn't know was a burial mound, and they exposed bodies, and they wound up moving them out to Silver Creek Cemetery, and they actually reconstructed a mound there and reburied them on the northeast corner of I think it's Silverbrook Cemetery. And the last time Mark and I went out there, I sent Mark and Christy away, and I done a whole dedication, offering, smudging deal at the end of the video on that one.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's the only one I know about.
That's something I really like to do with you. Since you have some kind of contact with the cemetery people. My grandparents and my great grandfather is buried there, and my cousins are always telling me about the witch before I found your video about it and met you. And we've been talking about doing an investigation, but she's got young kids and they're always busy, so I never get to see her too much. All right. I got a little visitor.
Yeah, I see that.
This is Reese Girl. This is my daughter's cat. She's going nuts because I got the window blinds open. Here, you want to get in the window? You'll get wet. There. When I was doing a Google search, I think it was Friday during the day, in the morning while I was at work. I was just slow and was looking for stuff to do in the area. I did see somewhere in Indiana there is burial mounds, but I don't remember where they are. See if I can find them.
So we've got a couple about 15 minutes from the house. Then there's the ones in Niles. Got all along the lake. I mean, there were 5 bands of Potawatomi that lived on this side of the lake. So I'm sure the whole area up there that's not been modernized and houses built on or something probably have burial mounds or was pretty much native land completely from the southern tip of the lake all the way up past Manistee, all the way up into where it meets into Superior at, as a matter of fact.
Sorry. That I know I probably already know the answer, but you
Blue
have
7.
you have some kind of native in your heritage, or indigenous, don't you? Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah, I have Mohawk in me.
Mohawk.
A little smudge, a little spattering now. It's been several generations, but yeah.
I remember, and then when you did the cemetery, Silverbrook Cemetery, part of it. That's what I was thinking. If I remember right, I have Cherokee. I believe my great grandmother was a quarter Cherokee, and then Potawatomi, if I remember right. I'm a mutt. I'm everything.
That's the way I look at it. I'm Heinz 57.
We got German and Irish, and I can't remember what else I said we were. Dang it. Do you see my list of places in Michigan that I sent you the other day?
Yeah.
There was one I was really interested in going, but I had never got around to seeing exactly how far it was out.
Yeah, that's the big thing with Michigan. It's such a big state. I mean, it takes over 5 hours to get from the Indiana line to the north tip of Michigan. It's and a lot of your older places are going to be around Mackinac or Detroit or up in the UP where it was originally settled during the 18th century and stuff. Then things just kind of slowly dwindled down. You had an occasional farm here, farm there, but really your towns didn't start. Your villages here didn't really start in the center of the state anyway, away from the water. Didn't really start developing until the late 18th century, early 19th century. So, but your older places are going to be along your waterways where the ships could get to, and where the trappers and stuff could easily cross the lakes from Canada and stuff like that. So, the video I'm working on for tomorrow is Michigan urban legends. So it tells about the Non Rouge in Detroit, and talks about the Dog Man, talks about all that kind of different stuff. So
That'll be cool. Have you heard of that Traverse City State Hospital?
I've heard of it, yeah, but I've never seen anything on it. So, Bat Rican, what's up, bud?
Hi, Bat Rican. Bat Rican, I had promised some people that I'd go live tonight. Drew and I were supposed to go back to Violette Cemetery and do part 2 of our investigation, but unfortunately we got stormed out, rained out again.
Uh-huh.
It's nice and clear here. The sun's back out. So we're just chatting now. Do you have anything going on, Bat Rican, this weekend? Oh, that's the one that that's the one I was looking at. That cemetery, Dog War, I think it's called, up there in Michigan somewhere. I don't remember what it's called, where they bury the service, the dogs from like the military and police. That one sounded really, really cool to go to. Hey, I want to go to the zoo, Bat Rican. Hi, traveling buddy. Welcome. I watched the video on that Dog War the other day, and I looked it up. It seems like it was quite a distance, but that would be so cool to go to. War Dog, thank you, buddy. Maybe it was your video that I watched that made me interested in going. Buddy says that him and Rob went there.
Yeah, I think so. I've actually got it pulled up right now. Trying to see here. Yeah, the War Dog. Yep, there he is, traveling buddy. War Dog Memorial Park.
I bet you that's the video that I watched that made me interested in it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Because most of the males in my family and a few of the females are in the military of some sort. My brother, my younger brother, I'm the oldest, but my younger brother was in the Air Force for a while.
Hmm.
And then the youngest just recently medically retired from the Army.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe it was 2017 that he retired because he couldn't come up for my wedding because he was getting ready to move off base. And then so I've got a special young lady. I think she's a distant cousin, like a third or fourth cousin, who is a Marine. She just graduated from high school a few years ago, went into the Marines, and she's a new mommy. So
Oh, wow.
I've got cousins in all branches of the service right now. So I'm big into the military stuff too. Oh
You know,
man.
I cannot believe that of all the people that I have talked to today, Santee, my wife, and you are the only ones that notice.
Well, one, I saw you in person, and so did your wife. And Santee, well, you kind of put that out there for him.
Yeah, I mean, I had to. We were talking about his video this morning when it debuted, and I sent him a picture and said, "Gee, does my haircut make my butt look big?"
And then
He
you
said,
also have
"No, your butt makes your butt look big."
you also have the headphones on, so they probably just assume we got it pulled back. Uh, it looks good. I'm thinking about cutting my hair short again. I'll see if I can pull my picture up. Did you know that there's a tiger or big cat sanctuary in Indiana? I looked
No,
at.
not just big cat. I knew there was an animal sanctuary, but I didn't know they did big cats.
It's called Big Cat Black Sanctuary. I think I just seen it as I was clicking out of my Google. Because I'm trying to pull up a picture of my haircut that I'm thinking about getting again. And of course, my phone's being stupid. There we go. I see you, buddy. It says he's premiering a video tomorrow on the Stanford flood. I'm not familiar with that. You see that? Adam says, now you look respectable.
Trying to look a little bit more professional, getting rid of the not to mention, the vitamins I take and stuff like it. It'll be back in 3 years, so
Takes you that
it was
long to
well
grow
worth it.
I just cut my hair. Oh, I guess it took me 2 years to grow it back out. I was thinking it was last year, but COVID year kind of, made everybody forget what year it was.
Well, I cut it myself this morning, and I finally understand what married women feel like, because it took me 3 years to get 18 inches too. So, and then it was gone in 15 seconds. So, but I'm sending it all to Locks of Love, so I'm happy about it.
That's nice. I dye mine too much to do that. I don't even know what color my hair is half the time.
Last year, the dam broke. Did a video of the damage. I remember the Sanford flood when it happened. I didn't really hear much about the after effects or anything, but I remember when the Sanford flood took place.
Maybe I should do the one on the Elkhart flood. We had a flood here a couple years ago. We couldn't cross any bridges. My husband couldn't even go to work. Every bridge that he tried to cross, it was flooded.
Hey, men look for every excuse under the sun not to have to go to work. I mean, seriously.
Oh, not my husband. He doesn't call off unless he's really feeling bad.
If he's smart, he'll look at it like the less time he has to work, the more time he has to D&D.
Well, or less time he has to spend with me, right? I'm just playing, but
I'm reined in up here at the card shop, honey. I can't come home. I'll see you when the rain stops.
That's where he's at now.
They just ordered pizza, so they're feeding us. Don't worry, I'll be all right.
Here we go. I don't know if you can see it. That's the haircut I'm thinking about going back to.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
But the problem is so high maintenance. It's harder to take care of that one than it is my long hair. Because if I don't get up and wet it down in the morning, then it's all over the place. And that's actually styled.
Fat Rican, are you gonna come over this way when Sean does next time and hook up with Rob and I to go to Monroe, Michigan?
Is that something you'll do during the week?
I don't know. See, that is the biggest issue I have with going places with the people that I normally go with. Let it be Mark, who's off on Sundays and Mondays, or you that don't work on, that's basically off on Friday and Saturday night. You know, Rob, I think said he's off like Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something like that.
Like so Tuesday and Thursday, yeah.
How the hell do you collaborate with a bunch of friends to go out and do things when everybody has different days off?
And that's why I'm kind of
and I'm off every day, so
lucky you. I only wish I could retire. That's why I've put it out there to that small group of people that we've been talking to about doing certain investigations, to give them a heads up that I'm wanting to do something like that. That way they have plenty of time. I want to at least give them a month or two, but we're pinching that fine line right there.
You too, Adam.
Winter
Have a good
time.
evening, buddy. Yeah, I mean, we're getting real close to it. I mean, we have 1 week left of July, and we have basically pretty much August, September, and well, October. It didn't really start getting cold. Hell, I normally do events up until the last week of October, first week in November. If I can camp out at night, I know we can go out and walk around at night.
Right.
But yeah, another video that I'm going to be working on this week are abandoned places in Michigan. So
some of them places are on that list of places I sent you. That Detroit osteo Osteopathic Hospital, I believe, was one. Motor City Garage. I can't remember which ones were abandoned and which ones were just places I wanted to go.
I would really like to go to the old Michigan State Prison.
That one's on that list too. They've got the Michigan State Sanitarium too, and the Kalamazoo one.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And I know another one that I've been trying to get us into, if we can, make the drive, is the GAR Museum over in Eaton Rapids, south of Lansing. Grand Army of the Republic Civil War Museum. They've actually got human remains there. They've got an actual human grave there. Plus, they've got a lot of personal gear that was used during the Civil War by Grand Army of the Republic. And yeah, I believe you me, traveling buddy. I've been through Detroit twice. Once to go to Chatham, Ontario, and once to come off the Ambassador Bridge, gas up, and get the hell out of town. Because the gas station we went to was in a dangerous looking neighborhood.
I think Detroit is probably second of cities that I don't, or no, I'll take that back. Third. That's the third city I don't want to go to or don't want to drive through. I go to Chicago, but I put that as number one. That's somewhere that I don't go by myself often.
Now, see, we spent 4 days in Chicago for our honeymoon, and we loved it.
I'm not comfortable with it. That's one place that I'm just not comfortable being at, especially right now, with all the crap that's been going on in the world the last year or two. I'm just not comfortable in Chicago. I don't get me wrong, I have gone. I've taken my daughter to War Tour, the B69 Jingle Bash, Warp Tour. But I said that, didn't I? So Warp Tour, and then I took my son to WWE match up there. And then I've gone up there several times with their dad when the kids were little, but it's just the roads are so hectic, the traffic, like I said, the stuff that's going on in the world right now, it just doesn't make me comfortable. And then the Gary area, I would love to go to the Michael Jackson, but
I wouldn't go to Gary, Indiana on a dare.
They do have some abandoned places I see that, and some really cool stuff like that. That house that Zach Bagans had bought and did a video about. Supposedly that land's still haunted. We could sit right outside the fenced area where they supposedly have a fence now. We could sit there and do an investigation, but yeah, I'm just not comfortable when you hear that police don't even come to a complete stop at stop signs. It's not where I want to be.
yeah, that is very true. Richard Petty driving school. The very first time I ever went to Chicago, I was going to try my hand at selling insurance, probably about 25 years ago, and we had to go to Chicago for our training. And we come out of Merrillville, and we hit the interstate, and it went from 45 to 95 in like 0.2 seconds.
I think my daughter correctly took her driving lessons from a race car driver. Because that girl,
Hey, fishing.
my husband said this morning she almost hit the DoorDash driver coming in the driveway. I'm like, Lord have mercy. And get this, Drew. My youngest will be 16 in a week, and he's learning to drive now.
Take him out in the country.
Well, they live down there in E-Town. When I was down there for Memorial Day weekend, my sister-in-law had talked to me about taking or letting him drive back to Gates of Hell, because it's a good mile or two drive on a dirt road going back there. And my brother just wasn't in the mood to let him drive, so he never got to drive. I was supposed to teach him when they came up, or I wanted to, but we didn't have time, and so sometime they took him out and let him drive. But I'm excited about that. Hi, Pan Fishing. I don't know if you heard me. Welcome. Oh, man.
You see it, man. Amy showed up here at 20 minutes before we planned on her showing up, right as I was messaging her and getting ready to say, don't bother coming. We have storms coming down. The storm changed direction. It's not going directly east anymore. It's going southeast, and it's coming right in off the lake on us. It's all yellow and red and pretty. And it's still raining here. Sun's shining at her place.
And if we could have stuck it out at my house for a good 20, 30 minutes and still gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that's all I need to do is come back home with the smell of different cats on me. Mom will never forgive me.
Yeah, excuse my messy bed, but my demon child there, he loves new people. Don't you, Johnny?
Poor Farmer's Cemetery.
Yes, Pan Fishing in an Elkhart.
Yeah, buddy, that sounds like a deal. I've been trying to work something out with Ben with Afterlife Road for months. But again, with me not driving, it's really hard because they do their investigations on Friday and Saturday evenings, and you know, Amy's off, but she can't drive very well at night. So to pick me up and drive for an hour and a half to Lansing, by the time we get done doing an investigation at 10, it's 11:30 before she gets back home or back here. So it's, you know, almost midnight before she gets back home, and that's just
It's another 30-minute drive from your house for me to just get home. Mm-hmm. But you say Lansing's how far from you?
About an hour and a half.
Shoot.
And that's just if we stay in the Lansing area.
Right. If maybe we could figure something out, but maybe we could come up with the money to maybe get a hotel room for the night, and stay, and maybe I could take get a Friday off or something. And I don't really think I've ever been to Lansing. I think I've been to Holland, where the sand dunes are.
Mm-hmm. Holland's about an hour and a half northwest of me.
I want to say that I did. I've been there with scouting as a kid because I remember the sand dunes and going buggying. And I don't know anything closer in the area that would have sand buggies. So I think I've been
Yeah,
there. I've been to Frankenmuth. I love that place. I just went up there.
I've been to
Did it.
Frankenmuth.
We went up there a few times as kids, and my husband and I just went up there a couple years ago.
I actually wish I would have known Buddy and Rob a couple years ago. They were 3 blocks from my house. We're right here in Cass, taking pictures of the gas station uptown and everything else. How they were, if they would have went down to the next corner and hung a left, I was 2 blocks up the road from them, but I didn't know them at that time.
Well, that's the thing, Drew. We live so close together, and I actually have family in that area that I don't go up there as much anymore. But I've been up there and didn't even know you. I've had family members that had funerals at that funeral home just down the road from you. And was it just a couple years ago that well, no, it wasn't a couple years ago. It was more like 6-7 years ago that I went up there for the Cass County Fair for the monster truck thing, which I haven't had a chance to see when that was yet.
Speaking of which, I want to look at that. I need to figure out one other area.
Look at this, Drew. You see that?
Uh-huh.
We could have been out at the cemetery. Oh, man.
Let me see.
Yeah, buddy, I've been up. I've been to Silver Lake too. I went with my son's Boy Scout troop to the Children's Museum. It happened to be on his birthday. It was right across from the beach, and there's some kind of museum right there on the beach too that we went to. And that's the first time I've ever seen one of them live statue people, that paint themselves a different color and stand there like they're a statue. It was the first time I've ever seen one of them.
Hey, we already missed the fair.
Did we?
Yeah, it was the 13th through the 18th.
Well, they must have moved it up.
Oh, they had to have moved it up.
Because it was August the one year I went.
Oh, wait. Wrong one. This is Missouri. God, there's a Cass County, Missouri, too.
There's an Elkhart in another state, too.
There we go. Let's see now.
I would love to go back and dune buggy, buddy, but yeah, my body will not allow that anymore. I think if I hit one, I'd be paralyzed.
Starts August 1st and runs through God. It looks like August 1st through August 7th.
Do you happen to see any monster trucks, or are they not having them this year?
Let me see. Monster Truck Championships, August 7th, Saturday, 11 o'clock p.m.
11 o'clock p.m. That's awful. That's awful late.
Yeah, that's what it says. ATR Motorsports Mega Monster Truck Championship, Saturday, 11 o'clock p.m. Saturday, August 7th. No, I was sitting here and I was going down their list. It's like July 26th, 2 days. They got Tracy Bird and Mark Wills.
ZZ Top is at Elkhart Fair tonight, I believe.
August 18th is the Oak Ridge
Thanks,
Boys.
welcome.
August 19th is Scotty McCreery. 25th is Diamond Rio. 25th is ZZ Top at the Elkhart County Fair tomorrow night.
Yeah, they've got Mark Willis, Tracy Bird, Darcy Lynn, and a couple other that I can't remember. I am going to take the girls, my granddaughter and my daughter, tomorrow. My daughter kind of bribed her way to staying at her boyfriend's again tonight, telling me she'd go to the fair with me tomorrow. She wasn't going to go, and I had told her no, she couldn't stay tonight, and she bribed me.
Pam Fishing, born in Elkhart in 76 on the river.
That's what I was going to ask you, Panda Fishing. If you're from the Elkhart area and you know a lot of history, what places do you suggest other than the obvious, well-known places to go to? I try to hit up all the festivals and events that go on as much as I can, but I'm running out of places to go to. But I'm also saving some for wintertime, like the train museum. That's one place I haven't got on video, and I'm going to wait until the wintertime when I'm bored. Sure. I've heard of Frontier Days, but I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that reminded me also. Fort Wayne, they have some kind of fort or something.
Mm-hmm.
And when is it? There's something going on, I think, in September down there.
Yeah, they have several events through the year. I'm a big participant with Fort Wayne. Actual historic Fort Wayne in Fort Wayne, Indiana, not Fort Wayne in Detroit. But yeah, I've been going to their events for years. The Napoleonic event, the 1812 event, Civil War event, Frontier events, all of them. Let me see here.
Yeah, the old fort.
Wednesday. Give me the date, you ding dong. September 8th through the 12th. Charlotte Frontier Days Festival. All throughout town, Charlotte, Michigan. Events at the downtown, fairgrounds, Bennett Park, all over the place.
So this one in Fort Wayne that I'm talking about, the date's August 28th to the 29th. And if that's something that you're interested in going down for, if you're not going to participate in it, I will come and get you. There's also Johnny Appleseed Festival down that way.
That's one that I normally do too, is Johnny Appleseed. That's a great event. That event usually pulls 1 million guests every year.
I didn't even hear about it until I started researching things and places to go to. But that's September 18th and 19th, and I really want to go to that. Some of the things that I really want to do that are dated out, I have saved on my screen. Excuse me.
Hey, Exploring with Sam. I have to check the schedule to find out when the events are, because I know August, I'm supposed to do that Vietnam War event with Mark, just as a photographer.
When's that thing?
Then I don't know the date on it.
Angola.
But then the end of August is Mid-Michigan Civil War muster up in Big Rapids, Michigan, that I'll be camping at, doing battlefield correspondent there. And October is Mooresville, which is over by South Haven, just south of Holland. That's the big one on private land where they've got the entire Old West town built. Church, covered bridge, log cabins, all over the place up there. We do that one every year. Then October, we have Hartford City, Indiana. And that's it for the year that I know of right now. Renaissance Festival coming up in Michigan too.
Oh yeah,
now,
the one at
where's
Pinhook.
that one at, buddy?
There's one in at Pinhook Park in South Bend, and that's usually in September also.
I've never gone to that one.
Yeah, I think you had talked about going with me on that one.
Yep. I know we talked about it.
Go ahead. Did I finish you or show you the finishing touches on my tattoo?
Nope. That arm was facing the other direction.
I noticed when I took a picture of the finishing touch that he forgot the S on Adventures. I don't know if you can see it.
Looks good. I can see it a lot better up here.
And I have a cousin that's going to make me my own channel shirt. Hopefully, my sister-in-law was supposed to make me one too, but she just hasn't had the time.
I checked. I checked into shirts the other yesterday. I looked into it after we talked on the stream and everything yesterday morning, and I found a place where I can get the shirts for half what I was getting them on Teespring. But I can either order what is it? I can order 12 shirts at a time, and it's like, I think it figures out to about $200. I can order 12 shirts at a time. Or I can take orders for shirts until we have 12 and then order them. I almost prefer ordering them ahead of time, just a variety of sizes. And I wish I had pictures, but the new shirt designs for us are going to be just the black T-shirt, and it's going to have the raven with Living History Comes Alive and Living History's Mysteries right here. Then the back is just going to have the great big raven that covers the whole back of it. But yeah, it's over half less than Teespring to make it. So I checked into it yesterday, and yeah, they want a minimum order of 12 at a time, and it's like $200.
I did order
just as soon as I can. Yeah.
I did order one of yours. My problem with Teespring, because I bought a shirt from Rob, Laura King, or Queen Laura, Jared King, Bet Rican. I just ordered one from you and Amy from What the Paranormal. But I ordered like two or three X's, and they're more like a 1X. Their sizes
are really. Mm.
And then when you get them, they smell like vinegar. real bad. I won't even put them. I throw them in the wash before I even take a picture in them. Bat
Yep.
Regan's waiting for me to take a picture of me in it, and I just haven't got around to it now.
Even when they tell you it's pre-washed, don't believe it. Their idea of pre-wash is usually almost a dry clean kind of deal. That way they kind of eliminate that fear of shrinkage. What I do, and I learned this trick from my mom when I was knee-high to a cricket. I take all my dry clean stuff, I throw it in a pillowcase. I take a piece of yarn and I tie that pillowcase closed securely and throw it in the washer. You never get the shrinkage, and the stuff, you don't have to worry about the you don't got to worry about the decals coming off or anything else. So yeah, I'm going to make the announcement Monday that just as soon as I can, get the money saved up, I'm going to order. I'm going to order a few larges, extra larges, or probably go extra large, 2X, 3X, 4X, and just order like 3 of each or something like that. And I'm going to have brand new T-shirts available for sale, much cheaper than Teespring.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I haven't checked into it yet, but if Buddy has merch, I'm going to check into that, and that might be my next shirt I get. I don't even wear them. Well, at least right now. Ooh, sorry. The lighting outside just caught my eye. You can't tell it's like an orangey. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't show justice on the screen. It's orangey color.
I can actually see it around the trees, right there, just over your shoulder. If you shine your camera up in the trees, you can see that orange.
It was greeny.
Stay away from them green skies. I spent too much time in Texas. I got used to green skies only when big wind came up.
I'm going to look that Renaissance fair up in South Bend real quick.
Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you what. I got so tired. I had one guy order one of the coffee mugs from Teespring. It came in chipped. There's been complaints about the other merch and stuff that's come out of Teespring. So I started looking into just making my own merch. And some things I'll pull even on, some things I can actually make a little money on. But I haven't made a dime from Teespring yet. And that really kind of pissed me off because they've sold half a dozen T-shirts and coffee mug, and I've not seen a dime from them yet.
Well, when I ordered it, said the shirts were in high demand. It didn't seem right to me, but I'm like, okay, whatever. Said the same thing for when our Amy's too. So this Renaissance Fair in South Bend at Pinhook Park is on August 28th and 29th.
Yep, I've been invited to go to that one and camp for the weekend with some pirate friends of mine from Sturgis. So,
you know what? Are them those same guys that was at the Niles one? Well, that's why they looked so familiar to me when I was at the Niles one this year. It's because I've seen them at Pinhook before.
There's an old house outside of town that is out of place. Trying to find it on Google Maps right now. Old brick with slate roof. Heard it was a hideout way back. Interesting.
Would that be in the Bristol area? I know there is a brick house in Bristol, kind of right by the water treatment plant. At one point in time, they said, or I heard them say something about it being an underground railroad place. Sorry, the color of the sky has changed even more since I showed you. It's getting really weird.
Wow.
There's also a mansion in downtown Elkhart, right by the license bureau. It's called Winchester Mansion. It's not used as a mansion anymore. It's a business, and I've found a lot of stuff. I didn't even know that that it had a name until I started doing research. And supposedly it's haunted, but it's being used as a business, and I would like to get in there, but I don't even know how to go about finding out who owns them or whatever, or how to even get permission to get into something like that.
Yeah, it's hard when it's a new business, when it's a modern business. It's hard to get in because they don't want people in there at night when they're not in there.
Yeah, and with it being right downtown too, I got lucky on the place that we've been talking about behind the scenes. Just so happens the owner of the place was there or had just got there before I went to leave. So I got to talk to him about that.
Hey, it's about 20 minutes after 9. I got to go spend some time with my wife before she gets started.
Yeah, that's fine. I've never been on stream. Having you on here made it a lot better and made the time fly past or fast. I can't talk.
Yeah, it's real nice having people up with you.
Now that I know how to do it, somebody had asked me before about getting on with me. And I was like, I just don't know how to do that. So maybe in the future when I do more live streams. But I appreciate you coming on with me and helping me. And we will definitely make it back out to Violette Cemetery soon. Like I said, the 7th. Yeah. Yeah, Penn Fisher.
Hell, high water, or torrential downpours.
Penn Fisher, if you find any information that you want to give me on places to go around here, you can email me. I do have an email for my channel now. It's amymindlessadventures@gmail.com. So,
all right, or you can just message me and I'll let you know.
Or that too. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on the stream. Be on the lookout for our videos on Violette Cemetery in a few weeks, and I will try to live stream then too. But in the meantime, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you on our next adventures. Thanks, Drew.
See you later, sis. See everybody later. Bye.